What is up, you guys? Welcome back, and today I'm gonna give you guys a quick weapons guide for Fortnite Battle Royale. Let's jump right in. Hello everybody, welcome to a game called Fortnite. So this is a co-op sandbox survival game developed by Epic Games, and it was released a couple of months ago, but it's had soaring popularity over the past couple of weeks because of a new PvP Battle Royale mode that it's, let's say, inspired by PUBG's mechanics. So in a very similar fashion, in this PvP mode, you have to drop into an area and scavenge for weapons and gear so that you can survive the shrinking border while either avoiding or killing other players so that you can be the last man or woman or tentacle creature standing. But in order to do that, you need to know which weapon is the best weapon for every possible scenario. So that's where this quick weapons guide comes in and saves the day. So if you're new to this game, chances are you're not gonna drop in a hotspot, right? You're gonna drop in the outskirts of a city or in the middle of nowhere, and you're gonna try to scavenge for some weapons. Now, it is my opinion that for new players, the best thing is to just drop into the city, die a bunch of times, and just learn to play the game instead of camping. But if you want to survive early on in the game, you might want to drop into like the outskirts or not populated areas. And in those cases, the best weapon that you might be able to get is either a pistol or a submachine gun. And that's where you have to go into the stats and just look at the fire rate, look at the damage, and most importantly, look at the DPS. To me, DPS is like the ultimate stat, right? It tells you how much damage you're gonna do per second, right? So it takes into account the damage and the fire rate at the same time. So if you look at the stats for the SMG and the pistol, the better one would be the pistol with a higher DPS of 155 damage per second. Now, personally, my opinion is that the SMG is possibly the worst gun in the game. At least for the Battle Royale. It sucks. The fire rate sucks. The freaking accuracy sucks. It's just a bad gun in my opinion. But again, that's just my opinion. You might enjoy the SMG gameplay, the SMG mechanics. So at the end of the day, it's just whatever you feel comfortable with. But if you look at the DPS and the stats in a vacuum, then you can tell that definitely the pistol is the better weapon. But we're talking about common weapons here. What happens if you go into a shed and you find a green SMG and a common pistol? What then? Well, the green SMG only has a 1-point increase in damage, so it goes from 14 to 15 damage. So the total DPS for the green SMG is an astonishing 150 damage per second, which is not that much. So again, if we only look at the stats, a common pistol would still be better than a green SMG. So what happens if instead of a pistol or an SMG you find a semi-auto shotgun, a green semi-auto shotgun? Well boy, then you hit the jackpot, because it is my opinion, my personal opinion, that the shotgun is possibly the best weapon in the game. It doesn't matter that the DPS is only 100 damage per second. It doesn't matter, because if you hit one shot, then oh boy, they're in trouble. And that's why looking at the stats without taking into account your playstyle, your accuracy with the mouse and keyboard, your map awareness is just not the way to go about this. For instance, I think I have a pretty good accuracy for one-shots, but if you ask me to control the recoil while maintaining the cross sight on target, then I'm gonna have a hard time. Which is why we have to put all of this in context. The numbers are not enough. If we were to order all the weapons in terms of DPS damage, the sniper rifle would be close to the bottom, because when you take into account the fire rate, it lowers the DPS, right? But if you find yourself in a situation where the final circle is an open area and you don't have a sniper rifle because the DPS seem to be very low, then you might find yourself in trouble. So this list might come in handy if you're trying to find out which weapon is better in terms of DPS, but it's not going to tell you which weapon is the best for a specific situation. So you have to kind of like use logic there. At the end of the day, you have 5 slots available in your inventory, and I would say that for the most part, people usually carry 3 weapons and 2 defensive items, medkits, bandages, or shields. So these are my top 3 weapons for those 3 available slots in your inventory that are possibly the best guns to have in any situation. So number 3 would be the sniper rifle. It's not the most useful weapon in the game. Hitting targets at a distance in this game is very difficult. I don't know, I find that bullets or ballistics in this game are kind of off. I don't know, bullets seem to be very slow, but if you're able to get your hands on a sniper rifle, it's gonna make your life a lot easier, at least in terms of being able to spot enemies from a safe distance. Number 2 would be the assault rifle. Now, I'm not talking about the SCAR, the purple epic SCAR, which has 203 DPS. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the normal assault rifle, which to me seems to be very good in any situation. I would say it's even easier to hit targets with this gun. Even though it doesn't have any type of optics, it's easier to hit targets than with the sniper rifle. And finally, my number 1 weapon in this game would be the shotgun. And the reason for that is not because of the gun itself, but rather because of other mechanics in the game. Here's the thing, there's no penalty for jump shotting in this game. You can jump and shoot while you're in the air and you'll still get the same accuracy. So that's why I really like this gun. You can traverse the map very easily, you can strafe, you can move around, and you would have almost no penalty in terms of accuracy. And here's the thing, the building mechanic in this game allows you to get really close to your enemies. Even if you're in an open area, you can still manage to just get close to them using the low ground, using your building abilities, and using other objects in the map. You can just get close to them and absolutely wreck them with the shotgun. Now, I'm sure some people are gonna say that the rocket launcher or the grenade launcher should be a top 3 type of weapon, but in my opinion, you can just do the same with a purple or blue tier weapon, right? So if you're in the top 10 and someone's building a base, you can just destroy that base with a normal blue tier weapon. And if you have a purple tier weapon, then you're just gonna be able to destroy that. You don't need a rocket launcher. So I think the more versatile guns are the ones that I just listed. I'm sure some of you are going to disagree. This is just my personal opinion, and of course I want to hear you guys' opinions. So if you have a different top 3 list of weapons for this game, just let me know down in the comments. I'll read them. We can have some sort of debate, we can have some sort of conversation around this, and maybe just reach a consensus. But anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to leave a like and maybe consider subscribing. To all my existing subscribers, thank you so very much for your support. And if you're new around here, this channel is all about discovering new indie games and having fun. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.